working out of his garage, like really small business. He's like, hey, stick around. There's opportunity here. Long story short, back in 2020, he's like, hey, I'll make you a partner. So I buy into the business, and we opened up our second location here in San Antonio.
Wow, good for
That's
you
when I
guys.
sold the house, moved the family down here, and yeah, so we're not a franchise. We have two locations. Yeah, it's been kind of fun. Been a fun journey.
Cool.
This episode is brought to you by 10x Nerds. If you're a business owner doing real revenue, there's a good chance you're overpaying in areas you haven't even looked at. Things like credit card processing, insurance, telecom, and more. 10x Nerds comes in, audits your expenses across 30 plus categories, and finds immediate savings. And here's the kicker. They only get paid if they save you money. It's a complete no-brainer. If you want to keep more of what you make, go check them out at 10xnerds.com. This episode is brought to you by Rakowski Law Firm. If you're a business owner or have built a level of wealth, but you don't have your estate plan dialed in, you're exposed. Rakowski Law Firm helps families and business owners protect their assets, avoid probate, and make sure everything transfers exactly how it should. This isn't just paperwork, it's a real strategy to protect your legacy. If you haven't looked at your plan in a while or don't have one, go to rakowskilawfirm.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Builder's Bible podcast. Today, we're going to be covering a lot of key topics, the challenges, the pain points, growth, expansion, and many more. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it.
Taking the time, really appreciate you hopping on a call with me real quick. I know you're busy, don't want to take too much of your time. So talk to me a little bit, how'd you get into pest control? Is it a franchise you bought, or is it a company you started, or what does that look like?
Yeah, well, I'll kind of give you the rundown. So I got into pest control the spring of 2015. It was recently moved to Austin. My folks live there. I'd been out of the country actually doing some missionary work for my church.
Okay.
And so I was out doing that, and I came back, and I was looking for some temporary work before I went to school. I was 20 years old. And so I ended up meeting my now business partner, Tyson, who had started Stride Pest Control in 2013. Young business, and he was running the show there. He brought me on as a technician. I was just looking for a summer job. We were working out of his garage, like really small business. I was getting ready to go to my school for my business degree, and I knew I wanted to entrepreneur. I just didn't really know the avenue or quite how to kind of get involved in that. He's like, hey, stick around. There's opportunity here. And I'm like, sure. Stuck around with him. And I did school in the evenings, on the weekends, online, because I didn't want to leave the job. Eventually, he made me a service manager. We brought on more people. The company kind of expanded. And then long story short, back in 2020, he's like, hey, I'll make you a partner. So I buy into the business. And we opened up our second location here in San Antonio.
Wow,
So,
good
and
for
that's
you
when I
guys.
sold the house, moved the family down here, and yeah, so we're not a franchise. We have two locations there, two separate entities, but yeah, it's been kind of fun. Been a fun journey.
Cool. Is it just you and your business partner? Do you have any other employees under you guys, or what?
Well, yeah, so we have we have a handful of employees. We have, oh gosh, I think we're like 18 employees now.
Oh,
And
wow.
so most of those being technicians. So between both locations, I think it's 9 technicians. I have 3 in San Antonio. There's about 7 in Austin. So, and then we have an office manager and some office staff, and some people do different things for us, including marketing and sales.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Are you guys mainly residential? Do you guys do commercial work?
not primarily residential. I'd probably say 10% of our work is commercial. So we definitely do commercial. We definitely target residential homeowners.
Okay. Gotcha. Now, I want to ask you a little bit about all the bugs and insects and animals you guys deal with.
Sure. Go for it.
Yeah, you mentioned prior, you said mice were your biggest, mice and rats were your biggest pests out there?
Yeah, so it's hard to pinpoint the most common pest. Just depends. The most common thing we deal with here in Central Texas is probably ants across the board. There's just a lot of different kinds of ants. But I mean, I throw a dart at a board, I'd probably hit any kind of pest. I mean, we're constantly dealing with roaches, all German cockroaches, large American cockroaches during the winter time particularly. So we just wrapped up our rodent season. So we had a lot of rats, a lot of mice.
Mm-hmm.
Termite season is right now, so we have a lot of people seeing termite swarmers and just seeing termite damage pop up, as well as mosquitoes. So we do that as well. The warm weather and the spring rain starts bringing everything out of the woodwork. So it's our go season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you guys deal with like bats at all? I gotta ask you that.
I don't personally, but I had been doing a bat job.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I know, isn't there a bat cave like just north of San Antonio, something along those lines?
Yeah. Well, there's the Bat Bridge in Austin, which is a very, very popular tourist site. So I've been there a few times. You go there, there's just all these bats at dusk that fly out, like hundreds and hundreds of them. We do have quite a few caves around here as well, but I don't personally do bats. They're a whole other process, but I have some buddies that do bats. Yeah.
Yeah. The reason why I asked is because I originally am from Oklahoma, and my whole dad's side is still down there. And
Okay.
they have, I know they have bat problems. Some people do. They'll get into the attics, and then you got to get someone out there to fog the attic or, do whatever they need to do to get the bats out.
Yeah, they usually have to get disinfected after bats because of the bat droppings. And
yes.
So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
pretty common.
Yeah.
Exclude it, remove, and sanitize.
But I was told, I did learn
Yeah,
that.
so there's a fair amount of that down here too.
Is there? Oh, go for it.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say,
No, you're good.
I was told that once they do go to a place and then they leave, they never come back. Is that true?
With bats?
Yeah. Or did I misunderstand that?
I'll be honest, I don't actually know that one.
Oh, okay.
No, you're good. If that's a fact about bats, I actually don't know that one. Yeah, my expertise kind of, we like to classify ourselves as an insect company. We do bed bugs as well, for example. So once we get into bats, birds, raccoons, I have general knowledge because I have dealt with a few of those things. I've caught a raccoon, I've caught a possum a handful of times, but it's not my realm of expertise.
Gotcha. Okay. So mainly just, small animals,
I think there's
insects, bugs,
yeah.
All that stuff. Okay. Gotcha. So,
and insects.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So,
Correct.
man, over the last 11 years or so, you've probably seen it all, haven't you?
Definitely seen a lot of fun stuff.
Any fun stories you'd like to share, or anything comes to mind?
I don't know if you want specific stories. I mean, there's a handful. I mean, everything from there was a time where I was in a house. It'd been, I don't know if it was foreclosed or, but it was abandoned, and they had a ton of cockroaches. And so I was walking around in there, and every cupboard I opened, tons and tons of them were pouring out. And there was a box in the middle of the room. I remember this very distinct because I remember actually FaceTiming my wife. I was like, "You gotta check this out. This is crazy." And I kicked the box. No joke, like 300 cockroaches came out of that box in the middle of this living room. It was insane. So fun things like that. He was crawling around in an attic, and the rodent showed up next to him. It doesn't sound like a fun day, but he started scurrying away. He just grabbed it. I'm like, dude, you're crazy. But yeah, there's fun things. I mean, my least favorite thing to deal with is probably bed bugs. I hate it for the people we're dealing with, taking care of, just because they're just so awful. They're really labor intensive treatments. You got to basically pack up the entire house and treat everything, because bed bugs will get into the crevice of a wall or even the pages of a book, and so it's rather wild the extent that we have to treat those.
Wow. So, I didn't realize it was that extensive for bed bugs.
Yeah.
You just think. I mean, my basic knowledge about, pest control and all that, basically stay in the bed, stay in the mattress type of stuff. Toxic fleas, that type of stuff. But I didn't even think about them getting into really the whole house.
Yep. Yeah. Especially, and usually it happens, it's one of two things, right? It's going to be the person just ignores it or doesn't realize they have that bad of an issue, and it just kind of expands and gets worse. And then I can't tell you how much, I mean, nothing against people that want to tackle things themselves, but it's just people don't usually read the labels of the products they're using, and they use them incorrectly, and that causes, I mean, I wouldn't say 9 times out of 10, but that causes a large amount of the problems we have to solve. If people are doing it themselves, it's, you spray the wrong product, it causes the bed bugs and their typical habitat and typical way that they're doing things to completely change, because they scatter and they're a lot harder to treat at that point.
Gotcha.
So happens with fleas, roaches, other kinds of things too.
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure it's been a lot of trial and error, on your end over the last 11 years, like what works, what doesn't, how to treat these guys, and what ways, all the above, pretty much, right?
Definitely was looking at better ways to take care of things, right? It's like, how can I take care of this effectively? Make sure that it doesn't come back. And so, I'm always researching the newest products on the market and trying to see if those will work more effectively for our clients.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope you guys have figured out, good processes. Be like, oh, hey, this product actually works really well against these guys.
We do. Yeah. Usually, the process we have will work 9 times out of 10. It's always that outlier that's like, okay, we got to mix things up here.
This episode is brought to you by my friend Silas Lagoy over at ForgeMark Wealth. If you're a high-income business owner or professional and feel like you're getting crushed by taxes, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck. ForgeMark Wealth specializes in advanced legal tax strategies and wealth planning designed to help you keep more of what you make, grow it efficiently, and actually build long-term freedom, not just income. If you're making serious money but don't have a real strategy behind it yet, I highly recommend connecting with Silas and his team. What's up, everybody? This episode is sponsored by ExitWise. If you're a business owner thinking about selling your company, whether that's now or years down the road, you need to know what your business is actually worth and how to maximize that exit. That's exactly what ExitWise does. They help you prepare, position, and ultimately sell your business by assembling a world-class team of M&A experts around you, guiding you from valuation all the way through closing. If you want to know what your business is really worth and how to increase that number before you sell, go check out exitwise.com and get ahead of it.
Hey, so what keeps you on your toes? That's what, keeps
it's definitely no dull moments. Definitely no dull moments.
Yeah. Hilarious. So, talk to me a little bit about the company. We're just getting done with Q1, into March is right around the corner. Next week, actually. That's crazy. But
I know.
how has 2026 been so far? And what does the rest of the year look like for you guys?
Yeah, that's some good questions there. It's been a good quarter. Had our best quarter. Well, we've had our best January and February in the company history here in San Antonio as well as Austin. So it's been good ramp, especially since those are historically our slowest months. Both in Austin and San Antonio, we are hiring. That's one of my main things on my to-do list right now. Is I was actually right before we jumped on this meeting, I was posting a post on Indeed because I need some more technicians. I'm trying to secure some trucks. So fun. We're expanding the team. We're really just trying to do some new marketing projects. We do a lot of networking. We do a lot of Google and things of that nature. We just launched a every door direct mail campaign, which is something new for us. We've never done that, so I just set all that out about a week and a half ago. We'll see how that runs over the next couple months. But yeah, just I don't know, trying to take advantage of everything that's all the good stuff that's coming our way.
Yeah. Now, do you guys offer I won't say memberships, because I do have a pest control company here in Denver that I use for my house, and they come out once a quarter. Do you guys offer services like that, or is it more just on demand?
No, great question. Yeah, I mean, we actually encourage and specialize in maintenance, reoccurring maintenance, right? It's like, I usually tell people, I'm like, yeah, if you have an issue, we'll take care of it. Really, our goal is to bring peace of mind to clients in our homes. It's like, hey, you have this home, you have this yard. Let's not worry about mosquitoes. Let's not worry about termites. Let's not worry about those bugs that are going to come up and bite you or your children or your pets. And so, yeah, we come out quarterly and in between treatments if anybody has any issues, because there is going to be outliers. We're talking about a living ecosystem here.
Yeah.
And Texas is very warm and weather changes a lot. So there's going to be outliers between treatments, and we're here to cover that 100%.
Sure. Absolutely. I got it. Yeah. It's,
so, yeah.
We, ants are everywhere. And I definitely, for a year there, I definitely had a little bit of an ant issue in our house. So
in Houston?
Kept calling the company, come out, hey, this is not working. You guys treated it. It's not. So finally they found a product. It's been working so far. Also it helps that I have two kids. I have a toddler and a 2.5-year-old. And, of course, food is always on the floor. Of course, better than anybody.
Yeah, that sounds like my house. I have 3 children. It's the same thing.
They can smell that from a mile away, even though it's like, seriously, it's a crumb,
But yeah, no, this is kind of it's the wild thing about bugs is, yeah, you'll have your features or the factors at home that obviously will stir things up, but you just never know when they're going to pop up. We have a lot of people that will call and it's like, I've lived in this house for 30 years. I've never had a bug. And suddenly they have all the issues. And sometimes it's as simple as just, what is it? Environmental changes, right? Suddenly there's breeding in that area that wasn't there before, migration, things of that nature.
Really?
It's wild.
Okay. Good to know. Yeah. I mean, my very limited knowledge of, insects and bugs and how to treat them and stuff like that. I just go to Home Depot and buy some home defense spray. That's what I do for a little bit of maintenance here. And
there you go.
So seems to be working to an extent, but it's always good to have the pros out there to treat the whole house and all that. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like, it's not broken, I'm not going to change it. They've been doing a good job, and
sure.
Yeah. So, but yeah, absolutely. So you guys are looking at expanding and stuff. How are you guys buying, your capital, your trucks, your equipment, your sprays, all that stuff? Do you have lines of credit? Do you have credit card bills? Do you use cash? What does that look like?
Yeah, a mixture of both. Let's see, at least for my 3 trucks that I have, one of them I bought straight with cash. The other 2 I did finance and then just kind of rapidly paid them down. So I don't know anything on them right now. I do use my credit card, usually getting points and things like that, but try to pay it off as quickly as possible. We haven't done too much into having too much private equity or even like, too many like, large lines of credit. We try to stay cash flow positive and live within the means of the business finances. We are looking at things like leasing vehicles right now. And so just trying to look at, if we're talking about, either tax strategies or other things like that could be beneficial.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know if I quite answered your question.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Just quick question. It's just really curious about, the finances, because, that's definitely a big struggle for, pretty much I'd say 99% of business out there. It's, cash flow.
Yeah, no, for sure.
The debt's paid.
I mean, we try to pick, and I would say that the thing that allows us, and I may cut you off, I apologize, Alex. The thing that I would say helps a lot is we're rather picky about what we bring on as far as clientele. And I can't say we've always been that way. Like, when I started here in San Antonio, it's like, hey, I'll just take anybody that wants pest control. And these days I'm very, very particular about, the geography of where these people are. Because we service the greater San Antonio area. It's a huge city, right? It's like number 8 in the entire country. And so I'm very particular about where we bring people on now. It's like, hey, that client that's way over here in the middle of nowhere, it's like the time, the resources to get over there and do that job, the margins we're going to get. It's not that we don't want to help that person, but a lot of times I actually have partners out there in those places that I don't service that I'll refer them to.
Okay.
Because I don't want to drop our money on that. It allows us to stay more cash flow positive, being very careful to buy what we need when we need it. And also just work on contracts that aren't going to be, like net, 90.
Yeah.
And so we actually bill monthly. And so we actually divide our quarterly fee up monthly. So we have more consistent cash flow.
Gotcha.
And it's nice for the clients too, because they have lower payments. And so it's just easier all around for everybody.
Right. Yeah. It's good you've been doing this for so long. Like, what works, what doesn't. I don't really want to go out there because, my margins aren't going to be as high, but I can refer them to this person over here. And, it's also on top of that, you like building a network too. So like if they have people in your area and they don't want to drive out to you, they can just refer you. So it's a give and take type of deal there too. Yeah. Completely get it. But yeah, it's, I like to ask this question a lot. Do you have any stories outside of that cockroach story you just told, where like, oh, I kind of wish I had that one back, or this one's like, oh no, oopsie, kind of when things went haywire type of thing?
So, I mean, fortunately in the end we resolved it, but it's more of a recent one actually. If we're talking about jobs that we probably chewed off a bit more than we meant to, is that what you're kind of referring to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. So once again, we do, like I told you, we do rats and mice, but when rats and mice become an extreme issue, I'll be honest, a lot of times I refer them out to my buddy that owns a wildlife company. Like all he does is bats, raccoons, snakes, things like that. And so this was a fourplex and they had mice getting inside and they were having like, before we even go, so we went out there, inspected it. They decided to go do something else, do a kind of their own remedy, right? So they gave me a call back and about a month later and they're like, hey, actually we want you to come out and take care of this, because they had the mice chewing through all the PVC water piping in the ceiling, on the subfloor. And it was just causing tons and tons and tons of water damage. There's like chopping holes in the ceiling. So when I get out there, it's really, really bad for one thing. And I try to explain that to the client is like, they want an immediate result. It's like, my gosh, man, like I've been here for like 4 days on this job and you expect miracles. It's like, this doesn't take a second to fix. Like we're talking a large population here. And so fast forward a little bit, we put out a bunch of traps. I mean, like in this fourplex, we probably put out 4 or 5 dozen traps across, the attic, the floor area, garages, utility closet on the side of the building. Did still up a bunch of openings that they had. And we weren't catching anything. Like we didn't catch a single thing, which is crazy because there's other accounts. There was one residential one, for example, we put out some traps and like within like, we caught 3 while we were there setting traps, which was crazy. Don't always have that happen. And we put it behind the stove and literally within like 5 minutes, we caught something. Doesn't always happen. And then over the weekend, we caught like 12 things. So this one account, I was just like mind blown that we weren't catching something. Turns out they were just trap shy. Fast forward, we put out some different poisons strategically in certain ways that we were allowed to. And things kind of went down. To answer your question, it was just one of those things where it was like, did I regret taking the job? Kind of. It was kind of a pain in the butt, and honestly, it took way more time than. I mean, we probably broke even on it because it took a lot more. It took a lot more of my time than I wanted to give it, and so I was glad we were able to help them out. Things seem to be good now. We haven't heard any pipes break. We haven't heard anything. The tenants are happy, but the challenge is, especially when it takes a lot of special. Like my guys can help with this one, but it was kind of a specialized one. I don't usually give my guys, so it took a lot more of my time. And as the owner, my time is spread out a lot across a lot of things, right? So it probably wasn't the best move if that's kind of what you're looking for.
Sure.
I kind of regret it.
Yeah. Hey, at least you learned.
Should have charged double.
Charge double. next time send your guys out there and not yourself.
Refer it out to somebody else. Like it just, the ROI on it, was not the greatest.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you learn these lessons, right? You just never know, right? And so sometimes you're just eager you want to help people, or you're just eager to make some extra money. It's, mixture of all those things. And you're like, I can do this. And, it's like you can, but sometimes it's just, specialize in what you're good at. This is honestly why a lot of times we haven't, as a company, spread into other things. Like a lot of pest control companies will start doing lawn control or weed control or other kinds of things that are kind of similar to it. And we're kind of like, no, we just want to be the best at bugs.
Mm-hmm.
We're the best at bugs.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have an area, you have a niche, and if you guys can master that, absolutely. Be that company that someone will immediately think of if, when something goes wrong, because I guarantee you right now, they're not thinking preventative, maintenance. I mean, probably some people are, but most of the time they're not. Just like having a plumber or an electrician, coming in and checking everything.
Sure. It's across the board.
Yeah. They're not going to call until a pipe breaks, that type of thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's very reactionary.
Oh, yeah.
In a lot of
absolutely.
cases.
And one of those out of sight, out of mind things, literally with bugs being out of sight.
Yes. So. That is the odd thing, though, is, we do such a good job and then people are like, we don't need you anymore. It's like, well,
you do. You just don't know it yet. Yet. Keyword yet.
Yeah, I know, right? We stop spraying, they'll come back, I assure you, especially here in Central Texas.
Absolutely. Well, Alex, I really appreciate the time. Anything you want to add before we hop off?
No, not specifically. I mean, I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you, and so it's always fun talking to people talking about business. It's probably my favorite thing.
Yeah,
so I appreciate the opportunity.
Of course. Fun. Yeah, thanks for your time.
This episode is brought to you by Blue Collar Business Advisors. If you're running an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, or landscaping, or any other type of home service business and wondering where all the money is going despite growing your revenue, you need to talk to Paul Maskill. Paul has scaled and sold multiple blue-collar businesses and now helps business owners improve cash flow, profitability, and financial clarity through outsourced CFO services. His clients gain a better understanding of their numbers, build predictable profits, and create a business that supports the life they actually want. One of the things I appreciate most about Paul is he's not just a finance guy. He's been in the trenches as an owner. He understands the challenges of running blue-collar businesses because he's done it himself. If you're doing a few $1 million a year in revenue and want to stop guessing at your numbers and start building real wealth, head over to bluecollaradvisors.com. That's thebluecollaradvisors.com and schedule a discovery call with Paul and his team. Blue Collar Business Advisors, helping blue-collar business owners build financially healthy companies and achieve permanent profitability. This episode is brought to you by Corberry Digital. If you own an HVAC, plumbing, electrical, roofing, or home service business and you're tired of wondering where your next lead is coming from, you need to check out Corberry Digital. Corberry specializes exclusively in helping home service companies dominate their local markets through SEO, Google Ads, local service ads, websites, content marketing, and lead generation systems that actually produce a measurable ROI. Their team doesn't just focus on clicks and impressions. They help contractors lower customer acquisition costs, increase qualified leads, and build a marketing engine that scales. What I like about Corberry is they understand the blue-collar space. They aren't trying to be everything to everyone. Their entire focus is helping trades businesses win in their backyard and generate more profitable jobs. If you're looking to grow your business, improve your online visibility, and build a marketing system that works, visit Corberry.com and schedule a strategy session with their team. That's Corberry.com. Tell them you heard about them on the podcast.
Hey, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Builders Bible Podcast. If you have any questions or if you want to be on an episode, reach out at any time. Alex at kings-coaching.co. Talk to you guys soon.